There's a lot of ducts and pipes and wires and just things going everywhere. It's visually interesting. Arnold Air Force Base is the home of the Arnold Engineering Development Complex. We're the most complex and diverse grouping of aerospace ground test engineers and scientists in the world. Common phrase when I first got here about 5 years ago was that Arnold is a secret of the Air Force. We're a small base, very small military population, about 60 members actually stay here at any given time. But we have about 2,300 employees that, about a third of those employees are, world-renowned scientists and engineers. Our primary mission is, of course, Department of Defense aerospace ground tests. So we do more developmental work, not so much research. And so, customer will bring us a product or a model or something and say, here, we need to understand, what this model does in the flight. Let's say you're taking a flight on a commercial airliner. And you look out the window and you see the engines hanging on the wing. It's very possible we've tested those engines here at Arnold Air Force Base. It can be anything from a heat lab where we do thermal temperature testing up to Mach 20 atmospheres of pressure, very high temperature, or it can be a space simulation where we do satellite testing in a vacuum and very cold environment where we do threat testing against that satellite. So just a wide variety of unique stuff that we do here.
We work on rocket science.
The University of Tennessee Space Institute actually sits on Arnold Air Force Base. We've ceded some land to them, to the University of Tennessee. And so a lot of our engineers and scientists will come fresh out of college and work here, and then they'll go to UTSI at night and get their advanced degrees. And so there's a very good symbiosis between the two.
Almost every facet of the work that we do at UTSI is important in the development of rocket programs.
We have had 9 astronauts who have graduated from UTSI, including several that are in orbit right now. Our students get jobs within the aerospace industry, with the Air Force, with NASA.
With the Arnold Air Force Base here, we're part of the Tennessee Valley Technology Corridor, so it extends from Huntsville, goes up past Oak Ridge, so it's a fairly wide swath of land. We're kind of in the middle of all of that.
We have lots of talent that's highly educated, mainly in the aerospace and science fields, that are really a legacy from how AEDC came to be after World War II and how the industry in the area has built up since.
Tullahoma originally had Camp Forest right next to it from World War I. And back in World War II, it was a POW camp. It actually went from 18,000 people to 350,000 people with the POWs. It then was closed after World War II and surplused, and through some legislative negotiation, the Arnold Engineering Development Center was chosen to be here. Hap Arnold helped make that decision happen. When they did that, they brought to Tullahoma and the surrounding area many of the German rocket scientists. So it became a kind of a hub for aerospace development. So you've got approximately 2,000 people located here that do nothing but test next generation aircraft.
They're your Boy Scouts, your preachers, your volunteer firemen, your aldermen. And so, while they're here doing the nation's work, doing aerospace ground test stuff for our nation's defense, they're also in the community.
Microcraft's a great example. It was founded in 1958. The facility was originally started more around NASA than it was anybody. We did a lot of hardware for NASA. We actually built the moon scoops that picked up the rocks on the moon. The space station, just about every structural component on the space station was built here. For years and years and years, we were never allowed to talk about it. It was kind of funny. It was kind of a well-kept secret. You worked out at AEDC or one of the facilities around it like Microcraft, but you really didn't talk about it too much. Just in recent years have they really been telling what AEDC does and what the companies that support it do. Tullahoma and AEDC just became home to the latest Air Force Research Lab branch, and it's going to be in hypersonics. And that's things that fly faster than 3,000 miles an hour. I mean, they're really fast, Mach 5 or higher. And so the whole world in that is just exploding. And a lot of that is right here. There's going to be a huge investment out at AEDC to do that. And Microcraft is helping with that. We're actually building some of the hardware here.
We anticipate over the next century that much of the aerospace development in the country is going to occur in the South, and that the Middle Tennessee Tech region is going to play a vital role and put our unique Tennessee fingerprints on the development of future aerospace capabilities.
2015 is shaping up to be a banner year for us. We have more testing scheduled this year and for the next 5 years than we've had more than a decade. And so very exciting time here at Arnold to look at the future and what we can provide our customers.
Pun intended, the sky's the limit.